my 2021 Mustang Mach 1 with a handling package. I just recently replaced the Cup 2 tires with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's because the Cup 2s on the front were showing wires after 5,500 miles. So in today's video, I'm gonna check out the Mach 1, go for a test drive, test out the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, see how they compare to the Cup 2s, and overall see if it's worth swapping for the 4S's, the upsides and downsides of the Cup 2s, upsides and downsides of the 4S's. But first, let's get a cold start. Rear's a 315 30 19. And a 305 30 19 on the front. You can see the profile is a little bit higher, although it's the same size. All right, let's go for a drive. See, the transmission's cold, engine's cold, rear end's cold, good oil pressure, nice Mach 1 tag there, obviously 10-speed auto with the Recaros, B&O sound system, nav, all the good stuff on this car. All right guys, so we're setting off in the Mach 1. All right guys, so as you know, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I actually do personal training, nutrition coaching full-time. That's how I actually bought the Mustang and everything. I've been out in LA for 11 years. I've helped a lot of people, including like Andre 3000, Royal Family, and just average people build a lot of muscle mass or lose body fat. So for the Mustang guys, I'd like to do a bulking program for anybody who wants to add muscle mass and lose a little bit of belly fat. I'm gonna give you 30 days free coaching, 24/7 access, text and email. Sign up the link below. I'm gonna give you a nutrition program, workout program, and you've got 30 days of free coaching. So the link's below, just fill out the form and I'll reach out to you and help you get started. I just need to know your height, weight, your goals, what you've done in the past, where you're trying to go. Are you wanting to add muscle mass? Or you wanting to lose body fat? Kind of what is your primary goal? Like what are you shooting for? And what have you been doing? Where do you want to go? Do you want to lose that belly? Do you want to get jacked, build big chest, get super strong? Just, you know, you're weak, you want to get strong. You're fat, you want to lose some belly fat. Just put that in the type form below and I'll help you for 30 days for free. That's normally like $1,200 for 3 months of online coaching. So normally it's $125 an hour. So fill that out. I'm going to hook you Mustang guys up with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. Now, right off the hit, this thing, let me put my seatbelt on first for you guys, so it's not so. Right off the bat, you're not hearing the rocks come up and hit the fender wells, basically. So the Cup 2s are basically 180 tread wear tire, whereas the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's are like 300 tread wear. Anyways, the Cup 2s are really, really soft racetrack tire, and that's what comes on the Mustang Mach 1 handling package, okay? Now, this alignment, the whole suspension was set up all around road racing. That's what comes with road racing tires. The problem is the front tires only lasted 5,000 miles and they're $550 per tire. And I drove this car 5,000 miles within like 3 months, 4 months maybe. So I don't want to pay $2,500, $2,250 or whatever it was 3 times a year $6,000 or $7,000 just in tires for the year. That's so crazy. So I went ahead and I did what I did not want to do, which is buy the Michelin Pilot Sport 4Ss. The reason I didn't want to do that is because this car is built around, imagine a GT3 Porsche RS, the racetrack version, and then you putting non-racetrack tires on it. It defeats the whole purpose of the car. But in reality, 99% of the time, this car, I might not even take this car to the track because I'm in Tennessee. There's a couple tracks, but they're kind of far away, and I may not just want to beat the car up. So the point is, should you upgrade your tires to the Cup 2, from the Cup 2s to the 4Ss? Some people would say it's an upgrade, some people say it's a downgrade. A lot of people in the Mustang community consider that an upgrade because you can drive the car every day without worrying about the tires wearing down so fast. So, initial impressions of the tires, you can tell there's two things that happen. There is one, just a hair less feedback through the steering wheel because there's more rubber between the tire and the wheel. So there's more rubber on these 4Ss. I love the way this car, just in drive normal mode, it just eases through the gears. It's just a delight to drive, honestly. The Mach 1 with the handling package, even with the 4Ss, is such a delight to drive. So here's the deal. With that extra rubber, I can feel, let's pass up this 18-wheeler. I can feel when I hit a bump there, I can feel that there is less of a jarring sensation in the vehicle because there's more rubber. It's just softer. There's more padding between the asphalt and the wheel, right? Like this bump. With the Cup 2s, it would almost like they were hard. It almost felt harder because the sidewall is probably a bit stiffer. So there's two things that are going on. 4S has a softer sidewall, it feels like, and it has more rubber. So you have a little bit less feedback. A little softer sidewall, a little bit less feedback. The upside is it's more compliant for a daily driver. The other upside is it's just soft. It feels nice and it feels a lot softer. Feels just a lot softer. I went through some turns last night and the 4S's grip really, really good. Now on a 100-degree day where it's really hot outside, would the 4S's, you know, would they grip as good as a Cup 2? Probably not. But on a 60-degree day where the asphalt's 60 degrees, you know, which is like 5 or 6 months out of the year in most of the places in the United States, they're gonna grip just as good as the Cup 2. The Cup 2 really needs a hot surface, right? Okay, usually the tires aren't heated up, the asphalt's not heated up, so you're not gonna get a really, really sticky tire regardless. So having that extra rubber, that extra cushion where it absorbs some of the shock impact when you floor it, it will hook up a little bit better for acceleration as well. Now, there's rumors that the GT500s actually have better acceleration with the 4S's than they do with the Cup 2s because the 4S's, like I said, have more rubber. So when you go to accelerate, it absorbs that shock impact during acceleration versus the Cup 2 that doesn't have any tread. It's very, very, very little tread. They're designed like that for the track. But as far as 0 to 60 times, people are getting better 0 to 60 because this hooks up more with the 4S because of the lower, it doesn't shock the wheel and tire as much. It doesn't spin as soon as you hit the throttle. It actually, that rubber sticks to the asphalt and it bends the tread pattern instead of just spinning immediately. So those are some of the things that I've learned just from driving it for a short amount of time. It's a little bit, here's the deal. Once you find out you have wires on your front tire, you don't want to drive the vehicle. And once you find out that you may show wires on your front tire after like 3 months, 4 months of driving, it always makes you really self-conscious that you're gonna blow out a tire going down the interstate because you don't know, it just feels like you could wear out the front tire so fast. So as a daily driver, you need to be checking your front tires all the time if you have those Cup 2s on there, honestly. And see this surface right here? I feel like these 4S's would just hook up so good on this surface because it's freshly paved. So one of the downsides of the 4S's is that they don't look as good. It has a higher profile. It's a little bit more bubbly sidewall, but it still looks good. Just gives it a little bit of a more meaty. I don't think it looks quite as aggressive, but it's a trade-off that you have. There's a couple trade-offs. One is the look, and honestly, there's just not, if I was to summarize the whole thing, the trade-off is minimal for the upside. You know, would I trade the 4S's that are a little bit less sticky and look a little less aggressive, but they last 3 times as long? Yes, I would. And that's why I did it. So if there was that much benefit to the Cup 2, I would have just stuck with the Cup 2s. But I want a car, like I said, that I can just jump in and drive and not worry about having to constantly look and maintain and worry about all of these things. Wires showing, front tires, go in. I don't want to go in and have someone change the front tires every 3-4 months. Even if it was not that expensive, it's just a hassle. And you know, the less time people can play with your car, the better. I mean, Discount Tire had a really good deal, and they're good. There's $100 for Mountain Balance, and they'll Discount Tire Tire Rack will ship your tires directly to Discount Tire. So I had a great experience there at Discount Tire on Charlotte Pike in Nashville. But would I want to go there every 3 months paying $2,400? No, not at all. So at the end of the day, the trade-off was good. I feel, you know, these tires feel like, as you can see, the car, it does have a little bit more sidewall flex, you can tell, but overall, man, like, let's put it in sport, or let's just go to track and see how it feels, the suspension feels. I mean, it feels great to me. I mean, it literally feels, oh God, it feels so good. Oh, this car's so good, man, honestly. Oh, it's so good. What an amazing car, honestly. It literally chirped the tires when it downshifted. This is the only thing with the 10-speed, like, that was a bit of an aggressive downshift, and I don't know if something's up with this transmission. Like I said, on the upshifts, I didn't manually downshift. That was the automatic, that was track mode. Now, does that have to do if it's not the Cup 2s or PS4s? I just think that it's the learned pattern from this transmission, from me hitting the brakes that hard, decelerating that fast. But there is, I can feel it going from 4 to 3. There is part of this, something happened about 2 months ago where on the upshifts and downshifts, primarily the downshifts, I get a clunking noise through the drivetrain through the drivetrain on the downshifts, and that's what causes that clunking noise. I just heard it just there again. I mean, it hit really hard in third right there. I mean, it was like a literal clunk. Did you hear that? So there's a ton of transmission clunkiness that's going on through this 10-speed, and it started to happen after the fact of me driving it kind of hard one day when it was cold. So, you know, I'm not going to blame it on Ford. I'm not going to blame it on the transmission. I'm going to blame it on the fact that the transmission wasn't up to operating temperature. But I don't have an owner's manual for this car, so I didn't read anywhere that it says that it needs to be up to operating temperature for the transmission. So I'm going to blame it on me. Let's go back down to normal as we go through this construction zone. Yeah, so the only only gripes with this transmission is shifting hard on the downshifts from 4 to 3, like I just showed you. Other than that, man, I'm so happy to have this car back. And the overall, should you get the 4S's, if you're gonna be driving this car daily, and I would just use the Cup 2s for if you're doing the track, honestly. The 4S's obviously work great on the street. All the Porsches and Corvettes use 4S's. If you're gonna use the car for the track, you can still use the 4S's on the track, honestly. Plenty of people do that. If you want a competitive edge, get the Cup 2s, but I just don't think that they offer that much advantage other than track times. You're still gonna have just as much fun with the 4S's. So thanks for watching, catch you in the next video.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah.